It's unfair for your new version to expect new treatment from old people that your old version chose to surround themselves with. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to episode 1 of Backseat Driving. This has been a long time coming. I've been wanting to do this for months now, and this is also the third time I'm recording this video. So a lot has happened for this video to come out. I have been reflecting on a lot of things over the past few months, and this video is going to be about that because over the past 6 to 7 months, I would say around 80%, if I had to give you a number, of the people I used to consider myself very, very close to just dropped out of my life. And I'm coming to you now with just the lessons and the thoughts I have and how I look at the whole thing in hindsight. These are the things I'll be talking about: identity, people pleasing, becoming inconvenient, and sitting with emptiness. People pleasing. Oh my god, this is so funny to me. If you spoke to me like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that, I would tell you, guys, I'm never gonna be caught people pleasing. That's just not me. I give it to people straight. I tell them like it is. If I don't like you, you're gonna know. But now, at the ripe age of 22, I finally know that I was the biggest people pleaser with my friends. What I mean by this is like constantly shrinking myself, worrying more about things like the fear of missing out and sort of not being included, when in reality, I was just going out of my way and I was putting myself in uncomfortable situations just to feel that belonging and just to be close to these people that I really pedestalized at some point. The shift happens when you stop shrinking yourself, and it's funny because sometimes, like in my case, you don't even think that you're shrinking yourself. My ideology was like, oh, I love my friends and we're all so close and this is amazing, and they would do the same thing for me. But the moment I started asking for more and I was not convenient, when I had all these loud opinions, my morals and my values were shifting as well. I realized that, oh, they're actually not as committed to me as I am to them. And this is not a situation where we grow together and I mold them a bit and they mold me and we kind of make it work. This is a situation where I've outgrown these people way too much, and that's fine. But yeah, the moment that happened, I was like, I have been people pleasing, because I don't think you fundamentally change as a person. There are just aspects of yourself that come to the surface. I would always invalidate my feelings of being hurt, and I would sort of put away my sensitivities and my like problems with tiny things. I wouldn't talk about it. I would just kind of forget them and like brush it under the carpet. But when I stopped doing that, that is when I became more me, and that is when there were issues. So people pleasing, it's a funny one. I find this really funny. I think a lot of us sometimes come from a place where we are looking for anchors. We are looking for people who we can sort of identify with, have this familial and very close connection with, so that they ground us, so that we have that feeling of belonging and homeliness somewhere. And while this is amazing and people need this because we're social beings, we need our village around us and whatnot, it's also so scary because when you start growing out of, the same behaviors and patterns and values that you held in those relationships, you will not know where your identity lies. Like a part of you will be like, what the hell just happened? And who am I? Because these people who have sort of seen me struggle through life and have grounded me in so many ways over the years are not in my life anymore. If I were to give myself advice 6 months ago, I would say that while these people will forever leave their imprint on you, don't let your identity be tied down to a person, because people will always be evolving. And if, a specific group or if 2 or 3 people are your anchors, that's really good because you need to be grounded, but you also cannot let that stunt growth. So just be wary of that. It's unfair for your new version to expect new treatment from old people that your old version chose to surround themselves with. There's no guarantee they'll grow in the same direction as you. But then just because you have changed, you expect them to change as well. I mean, it's totally fine to expect people to change. It's just that there's no guarantee. And if you keep poking and prodding at them once they've made it very obvious that they sort of are not down with whatever you're becoming, then you're just trying to control their journey. And who are you? Like, Who are you to do that? You have no idea what you're doing. Like, this is not your job. And, it's going to turn out the way it's supposed to turn out. So it's not always going to work out. And the commitment thing, I've realized, is so important now, because even if you're not on the same page, if you're committed enough to seeing another perspective and to self-reflection, two people can be molded by each other and they could make it work. Even if there's some distance for a while, they could. But yeah, it's just so situation specific. Sitting with emptiness. I'm currently in this right now, so we'll see where it goes. Like, I'm obviously going to document how stuff goes on here. So if things do get better, and I think they will, you'll get to see that. I'll get to live that. When so many people leave your life all at once, it's very, very empty, and the silence is deafening. For me, the silence is so deafening, and I definitely feel that emptiness in my life, in other areas of life as well, with my career, obviously with my relationships, with the newer parts of myself that I want to unlock. There is a lot of emptiness, and you have to choose to look at that emptiness positively. You have to choose to look at it as potential, because it's so easy to start believing that just because there is this empty space that has been left behind by people, that space is never going to be filled and your life is going to be in a shrunken state forever. I just don't think it's right to see these things as a shrinking of life, as, a permanent state of being alone or lonely. What I always tell myself is, just because you're in that transitional phase where something is left and the next thing hasn't come in, that doesn't mean you try to start filling up that space with whatever, like making new friends and finding whatever will fit into that empty space. Because I definitely feel that pull to just find something and put it in there. But that's not the point, because I think when we sit with the emptiness and just kind of go through all the feelings that are supposed to take place, that is when, after a bit, you kind of get led to what that emptiness is supposed to be filled by and what is most authentic to you. So I would sum up the idea here as, just because there is empty space and you're in the transition doesn't mean you should stop believing that it will be filled. Miracles happen after you believe. If you don't believe, why would they happen? I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you don't believe that something good will happen, then something good won't happen. Or even if something good happens, you won't be able to see it as that good. My closing statements. Okay, if you're going through this, you are not alone and you are not crazy. I thought I was insane. I thought there was something wrong with me. No one wants to be friends with me. All these people have collectively decided they don't want to hang out with me anymore. They just don't like me. And people are telling me I'm too much, I'm too inconvenient. They don't even want to talk to me. They don't want to see my perspective. Like, I thought I was going insane. And obviously, like, reflect. If you've done something wrong, talk to someone else about it. Like, make sure you're self-reflecting, but don't let anyone tell you you're insane. Like, you're not crazy for being too much. In my case, it was that I'm too emotional, I'm too sensitive, I'm asking for like all these things, I don't know how to communicate. So yeah, it was very interesting. I definitely thought I was crazy for a bit there. And there was a lot of like questioning my own worth, questioning what's going on in my life, what I'm doing, whether I'm just a terrible person. But trust me, you're not. If you're emotional, sensitive, you ask for a lot, and you're finally taking up space, that's fine. That's a good thing. And it's okay if some people can't handle it right now. We've all got stuff going on, but the people who can will come around. But they'll only come around if you believe that you're worth it, and your emotions and your sensitivity and all the love and care that you show up with in relationships is worth it. If you believe that, there will 100% be people who come in and believe the same thing and say the same thing to you. So my point is, just be kind to yourself and also give yourself the grace that other people may not be giving you. It's just important to not be in the space of self-abandonment where all you're doing is feeling pity for yourself and thinking about how all these people left you and you're the problem, because I just don't think that's true. Okay, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much. If you're still here, if you've stayed till the end, and if you haven't, it's fine. I will upload more videos and maybe you'll watch those. Please let me know if something resonated, or if it made a lot of sense, or if it didn't make a lot of sense, and if there's anything you would want to hear more of or see more of, or Any ideas you have, any comments you have, please let me know. Also, like and subscribe. I can say that now. I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube, guys. Like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube and you aren't saying like and subscribe, what are you doing? Like and subscribe. Okay. Thank you. Bye.